The Art of Worldly Wisdom. Chapter 8. Master Your Passions. Self-control is a skill of the highest order of mind, the very loftiness of which redeems a man or woman from the shackles of their transient and low urges. There is no greater mastery than mastery over one's impulses. That is the true triumph of free will. When passion rules the character, there can be no aiming at high office or ambitious goals. The less subjection to impulse, the greater your potential. Mastering your passions is the only way to avoid disgrace and the shortest path to gaining or regaining a good reputation. Here's a little story about my early career as a writer and about my father. When I started out, young man, 15 years old, I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to be a genius writer. I wanted to be, the Shakespeare of the fantasy world. I wanted to do this and that. And my idea was I would have these great ideas, which I always had really great ideas. And then I would be discovered. A publisher would come to me and then lift me up and say, this is the new genius, the new great writer. And something was missing, and my father knew what it was, and he said, if you want to achieve something in life, you need self-discipline. And I laughed at him. I said, I'm not a physical guy. I'm the guy of the brain. I sit down and have great ideas. That's where it's all happening. It's inspiration. It's all here. It's not physical work. It's not. It's all in the daydreaming. And I was a daydreamer, and I loved daydreaming. And then at some point, I turned 40 without realizing that I'd gotten that old. And I realized that I hadn't yet written that great novel. I had 100 ideas for great novels, lying around, but I hadn't actually written them. And then I thought back about what my father said: self-discipline. And I forced myself to sit down and write. And it was the hardest thing I've done in my life because I never learned it. Your body, your mind doesn't naturally want to work. You sit down and you don't have any ideas. There's something else that's more important. You don't feel good. You feel uncomfortable. You don't have the energy. All kinds of things speak against you sitting down and typing the words onto the page, or sitting down and doing this or doing that. There's all kinds of hurdles you have to overcome if you want to, talk to, your publisher or to your business partner or to the bank. You say, oh no, I don't want to do it. I don't feel like it. I'm afraid of this kind of confrontation. You have to force yourself to do it. It's all about overcoming yourself to do it. It really is about self-discipline, and self-discipline is about fighting with yourself and overcoming yourself. I'm still not as self-disciplined as I want to be. I'm still fighting with it every day, fighting with myself every day. And I don't like it. It really is torture to force myself out of my daydreaming hat, out of my comfort zone or whatever, and sit down and do the hard work. But when I look back on all the time before I was 40, all the daydreaming time and all the time when I felt great about having great ideas, I see that nothing came of it. But when I look back on the last few years when I've been actually writing, I see published works, I see published books, and I'm proud of those. Thanks for listening, and I wish you all the success in the world.